All right, folks, it's Saturday. I'm in a park. I think it's the 4th of July. Someone should write a song about that. Oh, wait, they already did. All right, we're here in Fillmore for the Sespe Creek Car Show. I've been covering this one for several years now. I've got my proper attire for the occasion. Of course, the Dodger hat. We're here. This one's a fantastic show. We're here early enough. It's about 7 o'clock. We should be able to get some of the roll-ins as well. It's a lot to see, a lot of ground to cover at this show, and you're going to love it. And we're going to get started. It is the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So let's go. I always seem to start the video here at City Hall, which I believe is an old train depot. It's closed today. They're actually setting up speakers right now. As you can see, this is where I don't know if they still run the Fillmore and Western trains. I believe they do. Great train trip if you get a chance to do it. And they also use the trains for movies and TV shows and things like that. Years ago, I took a gal on a date. And then the next gal I dated actually taught school up here in Fillmore at Sespe Creek Elementary. And then I wound up marrying her. So I did spend some time up here years ago. I used to go to her class and read to her kids and everything. But a great area for if you like historic railroading, as the train does come through here. I'm going to start on the street because the DJ sets up at the movie theater later on, and it's very loud on this stretch. We'll start with this El Camino. So yeah, it's the 50th anniversary of the bicentennial as well. If you have to put it that way. The anniversary of the bicentennial Chevrolets. Remember those? All right. That'll be a good day. Tomorrow we're off to Montrose for the Montrose Car Show. A little bit closer to home for me. That should be a fantastic show next week. Moon Eyes on the 11th. Open house. Moon Eyes open house at the Santa Fe Springs. Going to try to hit the Iski event after that. I've already emailed them. They said, yeah, come film. So the Iski event at Lions Drag Race Museum. I think it's in Rancho Dominguez, if I remember correctly. It's also a Gassers event. So those events seem to coincide. They're actually not that far from each other travel-wise. I think they're about 15 or 20-minute drive in between the two. So, but last year I did get to the event at the museum a little late. So, but I was still able to get some good shots. And that is a fantastic museum, by the way. So that's coming up next week. And speaking of Moon Eyes, they did announce the date for Moon Eyes Christmas party at Pomona with drag racing. That will be on December 12th. They just announced the date the other day. The passes go on sale on September 1st. If you're planning on drag racing, the drag race passes sold out like within hours last year. So make sure you mark that on your calendar if you're planning on doing the drag racing. We got a Corvair ramp side pickup here. I always have to mention I owned one of these, and I sold it to a fellow named Jay Leno, and he restored it. So, true story. So he spent about $50,000 restoring the one I sold him way back when. Let's see, somebody's already playing music, I think, before the DJ set up. Very nice example. This was a 62. The one I had was a 61. Coming up the week after that on the 18th, we're still planning on doing hot rods on the tarmac. I have not heard back from those guys, though. So I'm still waiting to hear back from them about a press pass. Night of the 18th, we got Glendale Cruise Night in Glendale, of course, on Brand Boulevard. So that's a very, very long day for me. I think we're getting too close to Elvis here, so we'll start going. There we go. Short clip around the tunes. All right, so I'm trying to think what else is coming up. I have nothing for the end of July as of yet, so I'm still trying to figure that out. The next thing on the calendar after that would be Big Bear Fun Run going into August. As always, the tentative list will be in the comments section shortly after the video post, pinned at the top. So what I'm planning on hitting in the near future. I'll be trying to update the end of the year hopefully soon. I got to start marking up that part of the calendar. We'll just short clip around the music, I guess. These guys are walking on their cars anyway. Impalas here, 62, a 63, and a 65. 65 here. I think my sister's coming down a little later on with her ex to find something to eat around here after I get done filming. I'm on the Corvette. So every year, this year I didn't have to write down to remind myself to wear the shirt. Last year I did. I put a reminder note on my calendar saying, you have a red, white, and blue American flag shirt. And so this year I just remembered instinctively that I had it, so that was good. The cars are rolling. We'll get some of the roll-ins. I like to get this section since the DJ is not set up, even though somebody's playing their own music, but it's not as loud as the actual DJ. It's more like a strategic thing, really. Yeah, 55 Chevrolet here. So if you ever come down here, they do have nice little shops here, vintage shops, antique shops, and things like that. Kind of a cool little downtown area near the historic train. Outskirts of the town always seems to be like exploding with more and more housing as you go out as the years go on. Corvette. So I remember when I was dating my ex-wife, a lot of that stuff wasn't there. It was all farmland. 55 Corvette, first year of the V8, as denoted by the giant V in Chevrolet as the movable bubble top. It's almost like a Plexi or a Lexan. Nice Nova. Show the interior. Wow, this guy's like washing his car. 67 C10. He's got the inline 6. This is the short bed step-side variety. Ooh, with a manual. That's the best setup for maximum reliability. Falcon with an LS. Why not? We're expecting a 170 inline 6. There's an LS. That's how it works. Square body C10 short bed right in front of the movie theater. Later on they have bands down at the, there's a little park in the, probably in the middle of the car show as well. Chevy here, 51. Got a better shot of the movie theater there. Showing World Cup soccer there. I watched a little bit of a game with my stepfather, who's a big soccer fan. But other than that, that's all I watched. You got this one. Oh, USA and what is it? Belgium are playing Monday. I know that. Keep talking about that. The 1966 Chevy Caprice. Oh, and recent weird purchases that I did not plan on making. I went to an estate sale in Santa Clarita 2 days ago, and I had my van with me and wound up buying another jukebox. So it's a 1962 Seaberg DS160 in very nice condition with the matching wall box, which the wall box goes with my 59 Seaberg as well, which is why I bought the package deal, because it was too good of a deal to pass up. So it's usually how those work out. They wanted it out of there, and they realized I was the only jukebox guy that was even looking at it. So they made the deal pretty too sweet to pass up, let's just say. It's a guy I've purchased things from before. They had a very nice 71 Riviera as well for sale, but that was quite expensive. I was not going to go up to what they were asking for it. All right, here we go. We got Monte Carlo here. So I offered to loan my sister the jukebox because since it is working. How you doing? Yeah, 62 Impala. She declined, so we'll have to see what I'm going to do with it. I said, why don't I just put it in your house and then you can play it and all that. I'll put some records you like in it. And she said no. So right now it's in storage. So I figure out what I'm going to do with it, since I literally have them scattered all over my house as it is. Yeah, 67 Chevelle. Getting through here. Yeah, try if there's anything else. Oh, I do have a deposit on the El Camino, so waiting for that to get picked up. Once that's gone, I did get my Cadillac back. I did not get a chance to drive it this week though. In fact, the mechanic called me and says, "Have you taken it out?" I'm like, "Nope." I didn't have. I've had my daughter. She's out of school. She's with her mother today, but you know that goes. Nice 65 Chevelle here. So I do need to get that out. Once we get the cars moved around, get the El Camino out, I'm going to figure everything else out. And my Vic's supposed to go to my nephew. Nice Chevy Apache pickup here. Fun times. Now we'll get this shot. I gotta remember to get some thumbnail pictures once the sun comes up. There you go. Architectural art glass. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Advertise your business on your truck and you can write it off. Check with your accountant first.
They're just temporary so I can move.
There we go. Yeah, the only thing I filled in on the tentative was the Moon Eyes show. Very excited when they announced the date and everything for that. Although we kind of knew that was coming. I still think a 2-day show would be great for that, especially with the drag racing. I know the drag racers would love that as well. This guy's coming through with the Mustang here. I know September 5th I saw they're doing another lowrider super show at LA Convention Center. It is the same day as Ventura Nationals, so I will be at Ventura Nationals. 63 Impala here, which that should be interesting because they get a lot of lowriders at Ventura Nationals. Although the indoor super show is more of a bit of a different thing. I hate to say it, last time I filmed one of the lowrider shows, the lowrider shows put on by actual Lowrider magazine, they weren't very good about the press pass, I will say about that. They actually, I'd already announced I was doing it, and that was when the channel was actually doing really, really well. So I paid their price they were asking, which was quite a bit for considering most press passes they just give them to you. And then they wanted final say in like what was in your video. I was like, this is ridiculous. So, because I know some guy messed it up in Arizona. He brought some girl out that was, let's just say, not dressed appropriately. Filmed a video with her walking around. I don't think she was even dressed actually, let alone appropriately. And then after that, they got really stingy with the press passes and started charging quite a bit and wanting to like review everything. So the only reason why I did is because, like I said, that was back when the videos were doing much better, and I'd already said I was doing the show. So we'll be doing Ventura Nationals, which is our yearly tradition anyway. 54 Chevrolet here. I don't know if we can get through there. We got people walking there. For the magic of editing, we can get around. All right, so oh man! All right. I gotta remember where I think I know where I left off on the other side. So it was 54 Chevrolet. This one's a 4-door sedan, Bel Air. So, 57 here. Yeah, the cars are rolling in. We're going to do this last line because, like I said, usually the DJ sets up at the theater down there. And also some of the businesses, some of the restaurants blast music later as well down here, as I remember from previous years. I bet I wrote all this down in my notes, but I usually write it in my notes. I got a nice Chevy Fleetmaster convertible here. Tomorrow I'll probably be able to hang out at afterwards at Montrose for a bit, so that'll be nice. I know I do have some friends who have entered cars in that show, and so it's like really close to my house, and I generally know what time to get in and film it. Smog bill news. The Senate Bill 1392. We got through the Transportation Committee of the California State Assembly the other night. I didn't make a video about it, so now it is on to the Appropriations Committee of the California State Assembly. That should be in August. That's where we had problems last year, so on last year's bill. So hopefully we'll have better luck this year. 1950 Chevy. Yeah, they had opposition arguing that if they pass this bill, people are going to be driving 50-year-old cars. Like everyone who has a 50-year-old car is going to want to drive it every single day for work. I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, it's pretty. The arguments against the bill are pretty awful. I'll just say, like, clearly these people aren't living in some sort of reality. The 48 Chevy Fleet line here. Even if this car might be far away enough from the boom box over there. Oh, we got a Chevrolet here. So last week we did Carpinteria. We did Pomona swap meet on Sunday. 2.5 hour video there. Then I literally made it to, got the video processed, edited, uploaded, or started the upload, had the thumbnail made, got to the great race ending at Pasadena City Hall with 10 minutes to spare before the car started rolling in. So that's how that 1950 Ford shoebox here. So that will probably be the only time I will ever film something else on the same day as Pomona. It just worked out where it was close to the house. It started in the afternoon, and it was also on the same day as the Pomona, where I could start super early because the sun came up around 5:30. So kind of a unique situation there. So don't think I'm gonna be able to film. If you have a car show and it's on Pomona, I'm filming Pomona, and most likely I will not be able to do both. This is Bob's car. Oh, there he is. There he is. How you doing? Do a walk around on that. Bob back again. We're just talking about Moon Eyes because he's the announcer for the drag racing. Still think it should be a 2-day event. I will keep arguing that, but obviously it's their show. That's how much I like that show, though. Well, it's a good thing if I had that much fun. I need 2 days to film it, basically. And obviously, people aren't going to come back for the show for 2 days. 53 Country Squire wagon. Very, very, very nice car. I believe that's the last year of, like, they just put the real wood, just the rails. I think 54 is when if I remember right, I think 54 is when they went to the fiberglass. I could be wrong. Very nice Mercury here. My dad had a 56 Country Squire. That had the fiberglass. Unfortunately, we had to sell off his car, most of his cars when he passed, and I kept his 56 Lincoln and his 56 Cadillac. And my sister nearly kept the Country Squire. In fact, a photograph of a 58 Chrysler 300D convertible that we had to sell of his came up on my, or group of photos I should say, came up on my Facebook the other day. And unfortunately we did have to sell that to pay something off of his, so property wise. So it was very sad to let that one go. Very nice Lincoln Continental Mark III right there. Actually, the Fairlane convertible in front of him, I passed that guy coming up the hill on I-5 by 14 on the way out here. More roll-ins here. I just wanted to get that first part of the street shot, knowing that that's where the DJ usually sets up. Now we got more roll-ins coming. Cars that are rolling in over here, they're kind of stopped right now. A 64 Chevy wagon. Got bringing the lifted, jacked up Renault Dauphine. That's how you do a Renault Dauphine right there. Oh, it's for sale. Remember the swap meet rules? There you go. On a Bronco too. So you set it down on a Bronco 2 chassis. A few of the cars overheated over there. It's gonna be a warm day today. It was that one year that we got really lucky. It was the last year, the year before that. It was overcast for the first part of the show. That's good.
Good seeing you.
All right. All right, thanks. Chevy with an LS. Right by the old Texaco station. I don't think they dispense gas anymore. Nice to see an old gas station that's still around. It still has the original signage. There's not a lot of that anymore. In the early days of the channel, I did a video on the Richfield station that in Glendale they made into a park. And they restored the actual gas station, and I did a almost identical Richfield station that is now a child's daycare, and then not far from there that was more run down. Wasn't restored, I should say. So a lot of those buildings have actually been repurposed. Most have been torn down by now, and it's nice to see that there's still a few of those around. Someone's getting a phone call on their Bluetooth speaker over there. You have to kind of watch that sometimes. Okay, I think he figured it out. The reason I want to get through the street, there's one house on the street where they set up a loud sound system, so I'd like to get through here hopefully before that fires up. I remember that from previous years. Custom Chevy here. That's good. get through it. Yeah, a lot of shows I have notes about when the DJ started and sometimes it changes, but I know Ontario Cruising Reunion, they changed, I think the Friday when that started. So actually I had to change the notes on that one. Well, Roland's coming in.
My brother!
How you doing?
Where you parked at?
Hey, that's me where I was parked. I parked by the train station. Nothing exciting. I got my van. A 1970 Chevy there. Yeah, we'll come down here and get you that. That's actually the color my 69 is supposed to be, or was originally. I don't remember where we stopped, so it's Pontiac. 42 Pontiac. We've seen this one out here before. Beautiful car. I've seen this got a lot of shows over the years. Very, very, very nice car. I think did I get this one right? I don't remember. We got it again. We got it again. All right, there we go. I'll try right where I left off. I get confused. So they had a whole stage set up in this park over here. That one over there. I think it's actually a privately owned piece of land because there's a for sale sign on it. But they had bands there in previous years of the show. Like I said, shows change. Sometimes the setup changes. Things like that. There's your truck. Brought some greenery. Got a D-Series pickup. Come on through. So we don't want it down. Old style topper on that one, and a Probe GT. You don't see those anymore. My uncle had the earlier Probe GT, like the late 80s one. It's like an early 90s one. I always thought that was, I always liked his Probe GT. Of course, basically they were, drivetrain was Mazda on those. Got the Ford Falcon station wagon. Buick. That's 59. 56. So hopefully I'll have my 50. I would love to have the 56 Cadillac dialed in for Moon Eyes. That would be a good goal. Not next week Moon Eyes, December Moon Eyes. That's a very attainable goal.
Good, Mike?
It's good. So we'll see if we can have that out there. I have this whole thing where I have to get to these shows to film them. So I have to make sure these, if I take an old vehicle to a show, it's like 100% reliable or darn near, where I know I'm not going to have any issues, because if I don't get to the show, I can't film the show. That's what I always tell people. So we'll see. Right now I'm pretty confident in the car. I really just need to address the cooling system at this point. So I'll say GT convertible. So we got a town car, lowrider. '63 409 Impala with 4-speed. Bourbon.
You're everywhere.
How you doing? 64. How you doing? 66. How you doing? Alright, for some more cars to roll on. Got 55 Pontiac to a hard top. Not sure what time it is. I think the roll-ins keep coming in. I think a lot of people come from out of the area as well. Like I said, I passed that Fairlane we saw rolling in, which we'll probably catch a little later on here. How's it going? So that guy was way down by 5 and 14 coming up the hill on the pass. It's already getting warmed up. I think we're supposed to high in the low 80s today here, which if you know Fillmore, that's a blessing because it can get quite warm out here. Let's see, today high in the 84, high of 84, so that's what the iPhone's telling me. It's a Ford F100.
Where'd your sidekick?
She's with her mom.
They don't like that.
Yeah, my kid didn't want to go. I told her, I said, you want to go to Fillmore? We'll go to Ventura afterwards. We'll go get some lunch. I actually brought her up to Ventura when we had the fire. When they had the fire in Boyle Heights, that Monday we came up to Ventura. Went to some of the antique stores and had lunch. And then the next day we went to Palm Springs and we actually got a room up there. So she's like, yeah, I don't want to go back to Ventura right now. I said, oh, that's fair enough. Some more of the lowriders rolling in here. I just got a couple more coming in. The Oldsmobile. 65 Chevelle. Maybe I'll just take the caddy up to, if that one weekend there's no car shows in July, we'll do Altadena Cars and Coffee or something like that. There's also that show in October in Pasadena at the Elks Lodge, and we'll do that one with it. That would be easy, because if something did happen, I would have time to actually make it there and film it. I should be able to, It's only ever appeared in one video on the channel. That was at a Palm Springs show. Car lowrider. Mindful, because this street does fill in with spectators later on, as any of these main street car shows do. That's what I call them when they're on the main drag in town. So, do need to get the shot before it becomes difficult to film the actual vehicles. If you watched Carpinteria last week, you'll know towards the end it was very hard to get shots of the vehicles. And that's also the case at Glendale in a couple weeks. That one, I have to get in early, get the roll-ins, and just start filming the cars that are already parked. As that one gets pretty crazy with the spectators. Got the Cuda here. The 1960 Corvette with LS. Like a resto mod going on. Big block Corvette. the 74 vat. I believe 74 is the last year with the big block. The 454. Got a Le Mans. Le Mans for a hardtop. Very, very nice example of a car that you just don't ever see anymore. The luxury Le Mans by Pontiac. 59s here. Got a 59 El Camino. These. We got a 59 Impala convertible. Down here. This one is a fuel injected model, which is pretty rare. Yes, you could get fuel injection on the passenger car. Like I said, it's a very rare option. Of course, most people that wanted to go fast, they would opt for the 348. And then some would go as far as to get the tri-power 348. A 1960 Chevy Impala convertible. Probably asked me what's going on with my Impala. It's just at my mother's house. Everything's at my mother's house right now. Once I get my house figured out, I'll bring it back, figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm selling, and all that good stuff, because eventually I will not have the storage at my mother's house. They're 59 convertible here. This one's got the 348 with the tri-power. That's 56 convertible. There's a lot of cars rolling in. I thought this was, so it's 8:26. According to the flyer, the show starts at 9. Usually when it says the show starts, that's when there's no longer any roll-ins for the most part. It's a nice wagon. 62. And then usually that's also when the crowds start coming out. 65. Those roll-ins will be coming in for a while. Chevy Fleet Line. So I always have to say, because we get a lot of viewers obviously from all over the world to watch the channel. If you know California, Fillmore is between Ventura and Valencia. Valencia is where, on Highway 126, Valencia is where Magic Mountain is, if you know where Magic Mountain is on Interstate 5. So Fillmore is about halfway between I-5 and Ventura on Highway 126. It's a very nice scenic drive. I got some roll-ins coming in. Yeah, I think they set the DJ setup's here this year, not in front of the theater. So I'll have to remember that for next year. Last year it was in front of the theater. So I don't know if I should start on the other side of the street or not. Those guys have their own music, so I probably should do those away from the music. So when I come back down the street, either way there's going to be music, whether it's those guys or the DJ. Got to get strategic sometimes. Nice Pontiac here. Big straight 8 in that one. 64 Impala. It's one of the number one comment I get from people that don't live in Southern California is like, most of the shows, it's like, wow, it's a lot of Chevys. Yes, very popular here. Of course, we have a very large, this is where the lowrider scene started, so yep, lots of Chevys. 63, there you go. That's 63. There's C10. I think I'll zigzag this street. Continental. Yeah, I think we'll zigzag the street, and I'll have to remember where to start off at. Monte Carlo G-body. K5, or no, we're not in Pismo, folks, but there's a K5. Watch the Pismo video, you know what I'm talking about. Try to clear as much away from the DJ booth before he starts. So I'll just have the one little section where they're already playing music to deal with towards the end of the video. Let's do it that way. GMC pickup, that's lowered. And then we have Grand National Truck Show coming up in September as well. I'm going to have to get I usually just pay the 2-day for that out of pocket. Enter my Suburban, that way I keep all my stuff in the Suburban. So, in fact, I've taken that 2 out of the 3 years they've had it. A 62, or sorry, 64 wagon here. My brain's like on a different planet, apparently. Because I said I took the Suburban twice for 2 years. I took the Suburban to Grand National Truck Show. There's a Renault Dauphine. Sitting on a Mustang too, or no, sorry, Bronco. I can't do anything right today, can I? It's on a sorry, Bronco 2. Not a Mustang 2. Why am I thinking Mustang 2? We didn't even have one of those today. It's one of the 2s. Everything's a 2 today.
I gotta thank you, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
I appreciate it, man. It gets us to shows I don't get to go to.
All right, thank you. Yeah, the Monte Carlo. All right, here's this guy still polishing everything up. He's got his carburetor off. Oh, no, he doesn't. I think that's part of his display. Got it. Wow, this guy's doing repairs. Says, look, oh, he's got Neil Diamond and grease on A-track. There you go. He says, look up. He's got a bunch of license plates in the headliner there. Got the D-Series pickup by Dodge. Falcon Tudor wagon. Yeah, I'm going to go to the end of the block. I'll come back and start at the yellow Camaro. There we go, USA 250. I didn't see, like, I think I was talking about some people with, because I collect old stuff. I go to a lot of state sales, thrift stores, things like that. Seen Buick with an LS. For the 76 for the Bicentennial, there was so much, I don't know, merch for that. It still pops up at thrift stores and state sales and places like that, even antique stores in some cases. Of course, Chevrolet had their Bicentennial cars that they sold themed. That sounds like, see, the DJ is getting set up, so. So, but like really not a lot as much of that for this time around. I think, you know, I mean, I've got Bicentennial collector plates. Here's the Probe GT. It's on a 5-speed? Yeah, it's a 5-speed. That's the way it should be. And I was playing Rocky theme over there. Seen that movie a few times. Hopefully, I think that's what he's playing. I don't know. That's what it sounds. Yeah, I used to do pinball machines. I used to fix them and I had them in my old shop for customers to play when I had my scooter shop. I owned a lot of pinball machines. All 3 major pinball manufacturers had bicentennial themed pinball machines. So Gottlieb, Williams, and Bally all had bicentennial pinball machines. That's how big of a deal it was. Can't get back there, but sometimes we can't get a full walk around on a car, unfortunately. Keep moving. 63,409. Paula. Well, I've got a Carnival glass collector plate that's bicentennial on display in my house right now as well. And on Facebook the other day, I don't know if you saw it going around on social media, there was like a psychedelic bicentennial film that I guess the U.S. government commissioned, and it's straight up like psychedelic. I'm sure you can look it up, but it got posted the other day on Facebook. It was all over the place. Suburban here. In fact, there was a lot of speculation in the collector community that like bicentennial stuff was going to like take off in Valley. It really didn't, but just like I think some people think that the 84 Olympic Games stuff will take off in 2028. I still find that stuff regularly at the thrifts and estate sales and whatnot. I have a Olympic Eagle hat. I've got some of the plushies, and the pins come up pretty regularly, stuff like that. Nice 64. That's sometimes you never know. Nice 66. I'm gonna go back and wrap up this block. That 67 Chevelle. I think I mentioned before, I'm doing the Good Guys Pleasant, and all the other NorCal people always ask me when I'm coming up for Pleasant again. I'm gonna do the one in August, since that weekend is free down here now that San Marino moved off of that weekend. I'm gonna try to do that. Even if it timed in with the appropriations hearing. There's no public comment at the Assembly Appropriations hearing, so it's pointless for me to go to Sacramento for that. Got the Ford F-100 short bed. Another video. Whether we get this bill through or not, our next step is to start people complaining when they have a problem with smog on an old, finding a shop that'll do it, or about the costs over what a smog would cost on a newer vehicle. You need to complain. 70 Impala. So I think it's time to start complaining. I think it's like heavily. A few minutes to write a letter or something like that. The C10. I've been telling people on the group that get in there and complain. Send an email to your representative and to the Bureau of Automotive Repair. The more they hear from us, the more likely they are to do something about it. Long bed C10. Nice 67 El Camino.
Can I get a picture of Mike video in my car?
There you go. Yeah, 69 Camaro and a Brougham coming through. Let's try to find a spot. DJ's set up over here, so he's still setting up. So we'll get through here hopefully before he's set up. These Willie's Jeepster here. Yeah, they got the full nightclub. That guy brought the whole nightclub sound system.
This guy on YouTube?
Yeah.
I love your channel.
Oh, thanks. There, Willie's Jeepster. There, we got the GMC Jimmy. I had to walk around it. Someone wrote something on the sidewalk that has a word that I don't know. I don't think YouTube picks it up in the video, but let's just say it's not a word that they like if you say it in the video. So we'll just avoid it altogether. Not much I could do about spray paint on a sidewalk. It's 57 here. All right. And that's also not something I want people to make comments about, so I will say in the video. It's Nova. Here we go, 61 Impala. Or should I say, it's subject matter that I don't want people to make comments about in the video. Very nice 58 here. We have to get up. I think we'll get up to the Lincoln. Then we'll do this section. That way, if the DJ gets set up, we're a little further from him. Actually, there's another setup over here, but I think that's more of a Bluetooth speaker. That's 58. Beautiful car here. Got the 56 Bel Air. Another one next to it as well, convertibles. Yeah, there's definitely gonna be some short clipping up there on those up the street. Fortunately, this isn't such a massive show that I need to worry about it that much, where, you know, it takes up a lot of time. It does take extra time to film and edit that way, but like I said, it's not like doing a fairground show where it takes a big chunk out of what you would have shot. Six wagons. There's the sound system back there. See that, you know what's coming. There ain't no avoiding that. Yeah, he's getting everything set up now. Yeah, the 66 SS396 Chevelle 4-speed. This one's a 375 horse. That's the big one on the Chevelle here. A C10 short bed step side with the slot mags. How's it going?
Yeah.
So we're in front of the high school here, the Fillmore High School. It's behind there. And my ex-wife taught at the Sespe Creek Elementary a million years ago. In fact, when I met her, she was living in Ventura. She grew up in Ventura. And her father's still there. And her niece and nephew are there. So he's mentioned whenever I do a show in Ventura, like Ventura Nationals, yes, I have spent time there. Nice 68 Impala. Here, bring out the town car. I said, if you ever drive through Fillmore, they got it's a very nice, pleasant drive. Sometimes when I come back, when I go to Pasadena from Ventura area, from up that way, Waze will send me 126 as the preferred route. As often the 101 gets pretty bad, or the 118. Let's see, I might have to start short clipping here. Chevy here. Pontiac sedan. It's 48, but it's got a war gas ration. You can figure that one out. See if you can figure out why that one doesn't add up. Okay. It was after the war. We're so very technical here on the Mike Frankovich YouTube channel. Chevy, we like the bombs here. Got his desert water bag. I have one of those if I ever get my 480 Ford on the road. I picked one up. I always mention I picked up at a estate sale for $5. They looked at me like, "Why do you want that thing?" It was hanging up in the garage. They're like, "You seriously?" It wasn't priced. So you can still find good car accessories and stuff at sales. I'll have to have a gas ration sticker. There you go, he's got the B. 1935 olds. So. There's guys that remake those too, for your old cars. Chevy Fleet Master here. Rolling songs over here. There's a 46 Chevy with a gas ration stick. I'm hoping this guy changes his music, because it's got a lot of words in it. Let's just leave it. It's got a lot of words that YouTube doesn't like. So he's got it pretty loud as well. It's one thing for oldies, you can short clip it, but once you get into music with certain words in it, the YouTube really doesn't like it. Yeah, this Fleetwood Brougham. The oldies tends to not have words like that. It's Monte Carlo. So I might have to skip an entire section of the show because of the music. A little further down. Hopefully he turns off his music by the time I get back over there. Or switches to oldies. I've had that happen before. There's actually kids at this show too, by the way. So. That's a patina Chevy here.
Want some? Want some?
I can't remember what I got and didn't get. Nice Nova.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I always tell the story. My friend of mine from high school,
In the middle of the street, so.
from his neighbor left him a '62 Nova convertible, and I was away in the Navy, and I always said, if you ever need to sell, let me know. This is, early '90s. So I come home on leave, he sold it. I said, why didn't you call it? I would have bought it. So I was kind of frustrated. So I told you I'd buy it from you.
Really?
Very nice red, and the old lady that owned it was the original owner. Because back then you still would find original owner cars like that fairly regularly. It's become kind of a rare thing. I think now, my '87 Caprice was a one-owner car that I bought in October. But I can't imagine there's too many '60s vehicles out there that are still original owner, unless the original owner was quite young when they purchased it. '65 Impala here.
They've had a good enough bore that you can hold and leave it standard bore.
Got F-250 camper special bump side pickup. '61 Chevy Impala. So another hour or two, this whole main drag down here will be full with spectators. That's one thing I always try to tell. We try to argue with the smog bill. There's a show like this in just about every town in the state. People come out, even if they don't own a classic car. I've never owned a classic. There's always that dream of owning a classic car. And people love classic cars whether they have one or not. And everyone either has a family member or a friend who owns a classic car. All right, we got the '64 Impala here. Still in front of Fillmore High School. They've got the old section. They got the newer section, so that was built probably mid-century, around, say, the 1950s or so. It's more flat style roof. In fact, my daughter's school, she goes to Pasadena High, very mid-century building, and they put like a new entryway in front of it that does not match the building whatsoever. Every time I see it, it just looks like, the architecture geek in me just like freaks out and goes, why did they go with that? And they just installed it like last year. Like they could have matched the architecture to the existing building very easily. It's 57. I think you might have turned down it. And now he's playing Prince, so now we can get those cars down there. As long as he keeps playing Prince, we're okay. Fun fact, my dad was a production manager on the film Purple Rain. So if you ever watched the film Purple Rain, look for Mike Frankovich Jr. in the credits at the end, which makes me the third. Well, I never go by the third, but these folks actually did go see Prince live once. Guy was a musical genius, that's all I can say. The man was amazing in concert when I saw him. Did have a few songs that were, let's just say, on the naughty side. We don't get into like Darlin' Nikki or one of those. Oh man. We got this 40. So one of my long-term projects is my 40 coupe, and I still say I'm going to get to it one of these days. My daughter's like, don't sell it, you'll get to it. I'm like, okay, fine. There we go, we got a 65 Malibu. Flip around print. They got a Prince medley going. never understood the medley. It's like, just play the actual song. Yeah, now they're on Erotic City. Joey. Sounds like they used the edited version of Erotic City on this one, so we can get away with it. You know. Yeah, it's like perfectly edited to avoid certain language. It's actually comically edited, if you will. There we go. Nice bomb. I can tell my Prince story now. My dad worked on, like I said, as production manager on Purple Rain. Prince asked him what he thought of his music, and my dad just looked at him. And Prince says, "I don't think I want to know, do I?" My dad's like, "No." That's my Prince story. And supposedly my dad is in the background on one of the dance scenes in Purple Rain. Like everybody on the crew got in on into one of the dance scenes. So at least that's what my dad told me. There you go, this K5 here. Now the DJ's set up, he's playing Creedence. In fact, my ex-wife did not like Creedence. I know. Who doesn't like Creedence, really? Now the crowds are coming out. I got a 65 here. 5. There's Volkswagen. 70 Chevelle. The last one, then we're down in the section where the DJ is, so I have to shortcut our way through that section, then pick up any vehicles that might have ran in late. So there's still a little bit to cover. This one's the Explorer Edition pickup, yes. They used the Explorer name before they had the SUV. Of course, most of you guys probably knew that on the dent side. So got a few more cars to check out. Caprice. 63. This truck. There we go. Regal G-body here. It's Regal. All right, the crowds are definitely coming out now for the car show here. Fortunately, we don't have a whole lot left of the show to cover. Yeah, 65. Got the full custom paint going. 66 here. Yeah.
We've been getting hot by now. Oh yeah.
66 here. Town car lowriders. Town car. I got an 02 town car that I bought for my mother. My sister's been using it for a couple of years now. 61. Crowds keep rolling in here. Down the last couple little cars here, then we'll get the ones that maybe filled in late down towards the other end. K5. A ton of these in Pismo, man. I think Every K5 on the West Coast was at the Pismo show. That Fairlane convertible I saw rolling up here. It's got the 390 FE. Very nice Lincoln Continental Mark III. The 460. These were like the best years of the 460s here. This one is a 71, so it was the last year for the Mark III. 72, they went to the Mark IV. A very, 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 very nice example of a personal luxury coupe from Lincoln. Cel Camino. Oh, man. So tomorrow will be Montrose. I can get there early, so that would be nice. Very close to the house. I can get there early without even really trying, actually. It's 57 Thunderbird here. So close to where I'm at. The Y block. It says Survivor car. 20,000 original miles on this one. Yeah, Volkswagen. And a Volkswagen-based dune buggy. Ready to go out. This is what you need for Pismo right here. Ford F-150 dent side in sort of like a dark metallic green. Not sure if it's going to come through in the camera. Very nice example. Yeah, 69 Camaro. All right, now you just got to figure out what's filled in down the other end, and then we'll get some shots of those. Over here, rolled in late. One's Lady Luck. Should be, there's a Chevelle. Looks like he's trying to get into the show, but I think it's almost 10 o'clock now. So, there you go, Shelby Cobra replica. It's one of the Factory 5 cars. Get a good look here. Looks like Bunnin Chevrolet brought out their Continental Mark II, which is a Ford product, as you know, but still beautiful to look at. Very nice car. All right, that's going to wrap things up here in Fillmore, California for the Sespe Creek Car Show for 2026 for the 250th anniversary of America. Hope you guys are having a fantastic 4th of July. Be sure to check out the video for tomorrow at the Montrose Car Show. Maybe I'll see you there. Check out the tentative list. It'll be in the comments section shortly after the video post. Let you know what I'm planning on hitting in the near future. Like, subscribe, comment, tell some friends about the channel, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.